What's going on? What's going on? Happy Monday. Welcome to Life Full Circle Radio. My name is Miguel. I am your host of this program. And my co-host is the super producer, and she'll be on here in just a second. So this week, we got a whole bunch of Trump nonsense going on. A lot of Trump nonsense going on. So we're going to get into that. I think we're going to talk about Monique. I know we're going to talk about Tyler Perry, his Mea Culpa movie. Yet another reason why Kia doesn't like Tyler Perry movies. I haven't seen it. I probably won't see it. But he also halted the construction of the $800 million studio expansion due to AI advancement. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that there. There's some other stuff going on. Cam Newton out that joint. He got his wizard hat on fighting, and his hat didn't come off. So everybody kind of had some fun with that. So there's that. Anyway, make sure you guys are. It ain't up here. There it is. Did it pop up? It didn't pop up. All right, my social media. There it is. There it is. Social media is supposed to pop up there so you can see where you can follow us on all of the platforms. This is our YouTube page. We're trying to get our subs up. We've finally decided it's time to get out here and play in the YouTube game for real. So subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. I had an interesting week on Instagram. We're going to talk about that as well because for the first time, I guess I went kind of viral. That was funny. And so we're going to talk about that. But let me bring in the super producer with her. That's kind of a Gabrielle Union early 2000s.
You better don't. No. You know how I feel about Gabrielle Union. Nope. This is my Donna Summer. This is my I'm 39 hair. Because let me tell you, once you pass 25,
you about to be 40 this year.
Wow. I'm 39. You met me when I was 26.
Wow. So today. Where's my Today is the super producer's birthday. She seems to share her birthday with one of my youngest. So I went from I don't know if that was Australian into
Thank you,
English.
Downtown Julie Brown, for that wonderful introduction.
I did kind of went downtown for Julie Brown with that. So February, this part of February is an interesting time for me. My oldest daughter's birthday is the 20th. My dad's birthday is the 23rd. And then Layla's birthday is the 26th. And Kia's birthday is the 26th. And then my mother's birthday is tomorrow. So this is like Christmas every year.
You're in the same predicament my brother is. My brother is in, because my birthday is the 26th. My mother's birthday is the 17th. His wife's birthday is the 14th. His daughter's birthday is the 19th.
He lucked out. His birthday's on Valentine's Day. It's all wrapped up into one.
His wife's birthday. You think she's allowing that? Do you think my sister-in-law is allowing it to be all wrapped up in a bow like that? So
wrapped up in a bow.
I'm so happy to see 39. I can honestly say I have never been more thankful or happy in a birthday. I have everything I could have ever asked for. I have amazing friends, Miguel, Tracy, Madeline, Jasmine. I can name all these wonderful, Lisa, I can name all these wonderful friends. I have 3 beautiful children. My parents are still with us. My mother-in-law is amazing. My husband is amazing. I have a job I enjoy. There's nothing I would change about my life right now. Oh, that's not true. My gut. I would lose this belly that I got from having the twins, but that's really it. That's a minor thing.
We would all like to lose a little bit around the midriff. Oh, look who hot, and boy, he trying to. Oh.
He brought me oysters because that's my favorite appetizers, oysters. So he convinced these people at a restaurant to pack styrofoam full of ice so that he could drive from across town all the way to our city with ice with oysters in his car.
You thought the oysters were for you.
They were. He eats them, but I ate all of them. I ate 2 dozen oysters by myself. Okay, before this goes left, this is going to go left. Tell the world how you went viral and how it, again,
got
hit before you.
Anyway, happy birthday one more time for the Jamaican horn for my sweetheart, for one of my, all jokes aside, this is family right here. So yes. I was just like, I was supposed to be somewhere tonight, and if y'all were expecting to see me at that business event tonight, I said, nope, it's Monday. And I didn't tell the super producer we wasn't doing our thing tonight. So I'm here. All right. So this week, very interesting. So I've been trying to be more active in these internet streets and trying to promote this show because we do all this great content. I think it's pretty cool.
It is.
But you know, we start cutting down. 'Cause, you know, right now, you know, I almost want to run the marketing tip joint, but you know, people don't want to have long. They want to react to short clips. So anyway, I put out this clip, and I'm gonna go ahead and play it for you guys. And this clip is just funny to me, that how the reaction that I got. So all right, let's play this thing.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
Questioned why they
it
did it, how they did it.
All
right. Because like I said, when I saw
this
again, all right, let's read.
All right, we're gonna start over one more time.
All right, so here we go. So this is the. I can't. They've had too much success. They've had too much success over the last 25 years to sit up here and question why they did it, how they did it. Because like I said, when I saw Beyonce in that cowboy hat at the Grammys, I said, why is she wearing a cowboy hat? That's what fashion statement is she making now? Okay, here we go. She's dropping a country music album. Well, there you go. So she's already dropped the Easter eggs, and now she dropped the album behind it. Right. So, so my caption reads: Beyonce is one of the best to ever do it. Podcast, LFC Radio, Grammys, Jay-Z. Jay-Z and Beyonce's success speaks for itself. Beyonce's surprise country album proves she's always one step ahead. For the last week, I have been called a hater.
He has been called everything but a child of God. To be quite honest, he has been called every day but a child of God. Because listen, we always talk on this show about the fandoms and how the fandoms are a lot to deal with. And Miguel is now getting to see up close and personal what the fandoms are like for Beyonce.
Here's some of the comments off of that 30-second clip. Wow, you figured that out all by yourself. So how much is too much success? What is too much success? She literally had a cowboy hat on all last year. You weren't paying attention. What the hell is too much success? That's not true. And I said to myself, okay, it's a 30-second. It is a 30-second clip that has a caption that tells you that I am supporting what they're doing. Yes. And there have been a total, looking at the insights now, because now we're going to have a little social media. It's almost 10,000 views of this video. Yeah. 384 likes, 105 comments. That's just on Instagram. It's also another 4,000 or 5,000 on YouTube, another 5,000 on TikTok. It's not as bad on TikTok and YouTube. But as you said, I've been taught everything but a child of God in these internet streets. And it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, we don't care. And honestly, you Beehive people better be glad he posted. Exactly. Cheers to you. You Beehive people better be glad he posted that clip and not the clip of what I said, because of what I said was worse. What I said was, she's not even good at country music. She's not good at it. It's great. Ooh, yay! You like it's not good. One thing that Beyonce has brought out, just to side note, before we go into our main conversations, is that she has made people aware of some amazing Black country artists. Absolutely. There's a song out right now called Buckle Bunny that I've had on repeat, and I'm like, ooh,
I am familiar with the Buckle Bunny, and everything about her is Black Girl Ratchet, except she got on some chaps and a bass and a cowboy hat, and she getting it's a great song. I think it's kind of cool. It's a cool song.
And some white people are like, oh, it's not country, and every Black person,
what makes it not country?
Saying, thank you. They keep asking me, what makes it not country?
Is that Black people are singing it. That's it. Everything else about those songs are completely country. My boy, shout out to my man Craig King. Craig King is a longtime professional in the space, producer and all that. I'll go dig it up. He is managing a girl country group now, and he was doing it before this Beyonce thing went down. And they've been doing really, really well on Instagram and all over social media. And I'm pretty sure I got to reach out to him because I know this has helped his cause. But to your point, yes, there's been some really great music which has been exposed, and kudos to them, because if they love country music, that's what they want to do. What's the girl? K. Michelle. She's been doing country music for a while.
Yeah, K. Michelle's been doing country for a long time, and there's even some Black guys that they've had brought out with their country songs. Like they had a whole list. I think it was either Neighborhood Talk or the Shade Room. It was like maybe 10 of them. Yeah, all who've had. Songs I'm like, this is really good. This is catchy. This makes me want to go get a banjo and a mason jar and see what happens.
But that was part of the point. That was part of the point I was making last week with Beyonce. I just really believe she has gotten to the point that her music has a certain level of advocacy to what she's doing, and now it's kind of like,
and maybe that was the point.
Yeah, because now I say, okay, y'all say I can't do it. Now I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna be number one in country music, and I'm gonna expose, let you guys know there's a lot of other black country artists out there because we know over the last 7 or 8 years she's been very particular in her way that she's released it from Lemonade on to the recent. So, look at my man.
Now,
What's up,
if she
Andre
has some
Sias?
kind of country revival where it's her headlining and all the entry people are all these good country black people that are now getting more, I would buy a ticket to that. I'm not even
Hey,
joking.
and,
I
and
would
that
buy
and,
a
and
ticket to see all those people. I
and
absolutely would.
that may be the reason why she did it, because at this point we know it ain't about, it's about touring. It ain't about the albums. You can drop music and the music ain't gonna make but a couple pennies. When it comes down to the music, it's gonna come off the touring and people are gonna come and they're gonna check it out. Shout out to my man Andre Sias coming to hang out with us. He's at basketball practice, which I would have been at basketball practice right now, but I'm hosting the show with the super producer, and Trey's out there with the girls because it's boot camp week, and there you go. All right, so let's move on. Kia got these Beehive folks upset. Oh, we ain't even, believe me, I'm about to dig up that clip because I know Kia's response was a lot more tender-headed than mine. And I was just like, it was wild. When I was reading these clips, I was just like, man, these people, I said, did y'all watch the clip? I said, did y'all, it ain't but 30 seconds. It ain't like it's a whole dissertation that I wrote and it's a 30-second clip. Did y'all really watch the clip? You couldn't have watched the clip.
Beehive, these hives don't care. No matter what hive you chose, all
Yeah,
the way from Beyonce to Jason Aldean, they don't
yeah,
care. They
yeah.
feel like, oh, you're gonna attack my person, so now I just have to hate you, hate you, hate you. But let's go somewhere next. There's so
All
many
right.
places to dive into. Where are we jumping into
Let's
next?
let's let's jump into seeing how we can. Well, let's continue on the rant of the people that Kia hates, and we're going to go to Tyler Perry.
Oh wow, that was a weird transition.
So Tyler,
So I'll just jump right in. Tyler Perry has halted his $800 million studio expansion due to AI advancements. He also put out his movie Mea Culpa, starring Kelly
Mhm.
Rowland and Trevante Rhodes. That movie
Yeah,
actually came out this past week,
yeah.
and it was just as bad as I expected it to be.
Oh God.
Let me tell you, Tyler Perry doesn't write good scripts anymore. He used to. There was a small window of time where he wrote really good scripts, and people know he is the everything at that studio. He is
Mm-hmm.
the writer, director, producer, meaning he gets a say on every single thing that happens.
He's the
And
boss.
with this new movie, Mea Culpa, the acting is not that bad. I mean, it's iffy, but it's not that bad.
Okay.
Cinematography is gorgeous. The
Okay.
directing, it's good. The
Okay.
script is bad. It's bad. It's so bad. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you're just a Tyler Perry hater." I'm not a Tyler Perry hater. What it is that we have a script that
Mm-hmm.
has so many plot holes and reaching for the attention grab rather than pulling you in with the story. It's not
Okay.
like Shonda Rhimes. Shonda Rhimes loves a good sex scene. She loves a good
Mm-hmm.
porn moment in her
Mm-hmm.
series. But
Yeah.
she pulls you in with the scripts and makes you appreciate the carrier.
What
What
happened
you
to
about to say?
Shonda Rhimes? I'm just like, she
Nothing.
left ABC. What is Shonda Rhimes? What, finish up your Tyler Perry, and I want to talk about Shonda Rhimes and what is she doing since she left ABC and got the Netflix deal? What
Got
projects
an
are
answer
out
for
there?
that. Really quick. But no, Tyler Perry wrote a great sex scene that everybody is talking about, and the
Okay.
rest of the movie is kind of like iffy with the script. So I
Mm-hmm.
wish he would. And Miguel will tell everybody that he doesn't have to. He's not
Yeah.
going to listen to nobody. He can do what he want to do.
He'll do whatever you
I wish
want.
he would get a writer's room. I feel like if he got a writer's room, it would expand what he has going on into the stratosphere where no one can touch it. But he's never going to do that. So Shonda Rhimes. You want to talk Shonda? Or you want to talk Tyler?
Let's talk. What is she doing? What is going on with Shonda Rhimes?
Shonda actually has a deal with Netflix.
I know
Netflix is
it's been
where
some
her
years since she left ABC. It's been at least 3 or 4 years.
it has. Do you mean since she's put something out, or do you mean
What has
since?
she put out? Nothing that I hear y'all talking about. What did she put out?
Oh, that's why. Because you're you, so you don't listen to us when we talk to you.
Oh
You've
God,
never heard of
whatever.
Bridgerton before.
Yes. Okay, that's hers. Okay.
That's her.
Okay.
Bridgerton is hers, and
Okay.
Bridgerton is now going into, I think, the third straight series and one off series. Because it was an off series about the Queen Charlotte. That was an off series, and then 3 seasons of the Bridgerton series that is extremely popular. And again, Shonda Rhimes knows how to write a good script. She knows how it makes you want to love these characters, appreciate them, want to know about them,
Okay.
and she also knows how to write a good sex scene. She
I
really
cannot
does.
unsee this. Is her name spelled like Busta Rhymes? Is this spelled like Busta Rhymes?
I
It's
don't
It's
know.
Rimes, isn't it? Now I can't unsee this. Now I'm just like,
Shonda. Hold on, now I have to Google it. I hate when we see. It's always one of. No, it's Shonda Rhimes. Rimes. Stop it, guys.
but
Stop it,
okay,
Andre.
no, but no. Trey loves Bridgerton. I think I watched the first season, and the this thou this always I always tease her about that stuff. The this thou this. I'm just like, summertime I'll get into it, and then like with the last one we watched, you put us on. You put us on the last this thou this the fashion joint with
Queen Charlotte.
no.
The fashion joint.
There was
Oh, I absolutely did. The Gilded Age.
the Gilded Age. Yes, yes. We watched the
And
Gilded
you
Age.
loved it.
Who loved it?
You did.
I mildly was entertained.
You didn't love it?
Here's what I loved. I
He
loved
loved it. He
the
wanted to admit on the
outfits.
show, but he
The
loved it.
outfits was dope. I'm not gonna lie about the outfits was dope. It was like the costuming was they did an excellent job with the costuming. But
Yes.
anyway, you got to spend time. You got to spend time with your significant other. You know what I mean? So anyway,
But let's focus. Tyler Perry sucks at writing a script now. He sucks.
So Tyler Perry doesn't suck. I kind of let you get away with this, and for a long time, this is for someone who doesn't watch his stuff. So
See how he get us, y'all, every time.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I say this over and over and over again. There's an audience for everything and everybody. I'm just not the audience, right? You obviously are the audience, but you hate to admit that you're the audience because you watch every one of his joints and you complain about it every time. So,
But I'm not the audience.
But you
know
always
why I'm
watch
not
his
the
stuff,
audience?
though. You watch his stuff.
But I haven't seen every Tyler Perry movie. What it is with Tyler Perry stuff, it becomes a hate watch.
Because it's Kia's birthday, so I'm getting.
I am too, and the bartender's about to walk in here in a second to refill my cup. It's a hate watch because you hear about a movie like Mea Culpa, we heard it. It's hate watching.
It's a hate watch.
Admit that it's hate watching.
Okay.
Like A Fall from Grace. Did you guys watch A Fall from Grace? Remember that with the bad wigs and the weird storyline?
They're always bad wigs. That's not a way to make it remember.
This
anything.
one had good wigs.
Which one? That sounds like one of the ones that some white people were in it.
Mea Culpa, not Mea Culpa.
Fall
Fall
from
from
Grace.
Grace. A few were, but with the Fall from Grace,
Was that the
it's
one that
like
had the
he
woman
didn't-
from anyway, go ahead. I'm gonna look it up. Go ahead.
Whoa, my screen just jumped. Anyway, so Fall from Grace was bad because Tyler Perry didn't even care in the editing room, and that made it weird that he didn't care in the editing room.
What didn't he care?
In this one, he did care in the editing. There were people who were drinking out of empty glasses.
No, I did not. You know what's starting to bug me, and I'm sorry. This is starting to bug me. I've watched two recent. No, I have not. Can you hear me? Everything all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no, I'm hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. So this is the Fall from Grace that you're talking about. No, I have not seen this.
Yes.
This was bad. It looked like what was a good movie, that jazz movie he did. That was decent. That wasn't terrible.
You know what also was a good movie? The Family That Prays. The Family That Prays was a very good movie.
Together was solid. So so I don't know, man. It's there's a market. I'm not the market. You say you're not the market, but you watch it all the time. I'm not the market.
Hate watch.
I don't hate watch because I'm not going to do that. And here's what I do know. When it comes from an economic standpoint, he's been hiring a lot of people here in the ATL. A lot of folks staying working. And anytime folks are working, I'm going to go ahead and give you your props. Now, that's just like McDonald's. I know people who own a lot of McDonald's franchises, and I don't eat Big Macs. So, but will go to their fundraisers and support them. So there's that.
So with the AI expansion, could you give us a little bit more information about that? Like, why did he cancel it because of AI? It seems like that's one thing he wouldn't be in is the AI.
Well, the problem is that you just had the announcement last week that AI is going to have the ability. They're rolling it out to make full-on scenes. Now you're going to have the ability. Yeah, you didn't see that? Oh, it's crazy.
I did, but that just seems.
Like AI is going to have, this industry is about to be wild, and content is going to be extremely not trustworthy of what you see. And it's been going on now for a little while, but now it's going to become much more accessible for the average creator to sit up here and type an idea into a AI and have a whole script written for you. And then your job is simply to sell it. And so if you're out here building all this stuff and AI generations and you trying to spend $300 million on a movie that some AI machine can sit up here and make, because when it's all said and done, let's keep it real. It's not even about making these films for the big 80-foot screens or whatever the size of those screens in movie
No,
theaters anymore. It's
no, those
really
days are
to make
gone.
those days are gone. It's really to make movies that are going to look good on the screen like we're looking at right now. Are
Yeah.
studios still going to spend $300 million in movies to do that? Probably not. When I watched, well, right now we're watching a Churchy with Kevin on
Oh,
stage,
yay!
and it's funny. It's funny, but you can tell that it was done on a limited budget. And this is what I was plucking my nerves. All these, it's just a continuity thing. She up there got people singing, and then people are like holding mics,
Oh,
but they're not attached to anything. And we look at
yeah.
like, okay, you sit up here holding. Matter of fact, I think all my mics are packed up right now. But it's just a continuity thing. It's just a production thing. But
But again, that's when you have the production value. You can hire the continuity person who goes through your
right,
entire film and series. It's
right,
like, nope, that's not right. Fix
right,
that. Go back and
right,
reshoot that because that's not there.
right. Somebody to walk
Yeah.
up to Tyler or the director and say, "Oh, there's no mic cord attached to those." My cut. Who did attach mic cord to the mic?
Yep.
Run it back.
Yep. Yep.
Run the
Yep.
scene back. Nobody's there to do that. So you got all these mics just sitting there with no cords. And it was not just that show. It was something else I watched. They were doing the same thing. So, but back to the point about $800 million studio. I'm wondering now, he's got all this land. He's got all this. This business is getting crazy. And that's why you see more actors doing commercials, and they are doing
Doing dumb commercials.
They're doing whatever because they got to make.
They're doing game apps like on your phone game apps. I saw Sarah Jessica Parker, an actress who's pulling down money at HBO left, right, and sideways, doing oh my god, I love this app. Don't bother me while I do this app. It's so fun playing games on my phone. You have to try it. I was like, ew. Why are you?
And now they're starting to rehash. I saw the young lady, one of the girls, the one that was the really goofy one from Girlfriends, the really, really fair, light-skinned one with the long hair, from Girlfriends. It was four. It was her.
Yeah.
It was, and so I saw her.
You said Girlfriends. I heard Girl Trip. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, Girlfriends.
So she was on social media talking about something. She went to the studio, met with Coach Kelsey Grammer, and they were hinting that maybe they're going to do a project with Girlfriends. It's really about now. And I've said this, and I'm telling you, mark my words, the new content is going to be created, is going to continue to be created to attract people of our age and older, so they can max out that market. Because these people beyond, what are you? I forget. What's your generation? I'm Gen X. You're. How you not going to know?
I don't know.
What's after Gen X? What's below Gen
X?
And
I don't care.
Anyway, the generation, your generation, my generation, but below your generation, it's like these cats don't watch TV for nothing. So now they're trying to go back and rehash characters and bring back. I just saw Entertainment Tonight. Top Gun is making another movie.
Ew.
Yeah, they're already shooting it, because now it's about what is a proven commodity, and Top Gun is a proven commodity. A Girlfriends is a proven commodity. I would love. I saw recently that matter of fact, it's going to be at the AU Center this week here in Atlanta. That the cast of that Different World are going to do a tour, and they're going to be there talking about the show. I would love for them to find a way to bring.
I'm a zillennial.
Millennial is what I was thinking about.
No. They changed we're a zillennial. I'm a cross between millennial and. This is why I don't care. Yes, I get what you're saying. Is that to get your market and my market?
Yeah,
they're pulling from the past.
They're
not giving us new stuff because we don't care.
Because they don't care. When they want these streaming services, they want us to pay those $7.99 for all these different streaming services. And
you know what me and Omar get excited about? Frasier.
Frasier then went off and came back on TV, but with about 4 or 5 different iterations of that character. And I go back to Cheers when he was originally on Cheers back in the 80s. He done ran that character for 40 years. And you
He
know how you
has
can
to
do
be
that?
the longest running character on TV. It has to be at this point. Next
Nah.
to Jack McCoy, but Jack McCoy just retired. Jack McCoy from Law and Order.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with Victor Newman from Young and the Restless.
Oh,
That's the character name, not his
yeah.
name.
How long has he
Nobody
been playing
knows
that
his
character?
name.
60 years?
I don't know, but I know when I moved to Virginia in 1982, Victor Newman was on that show. Victor Newman been on that show forever and a day. Why you pulling it up? We're ready to move on. But no, I don't know. But here's the thing.
Since 1980.
Since 1980, that makes sense. So what year is this? Carry the one. So that's what? What is that? 40
years.
44
years he's been playing the same person.
44 years. That is a good check. He probably one of the richest people in Hollywood. And most of the people out here in these internet streets don't know who in the world he is.
That's a damn shame. All right, let's move on before we get stuck on this
before we get off
topic.
that, Kelsey Grammer broke into the production game a long time ago. And when you are in the production, when you are a producer and not just an actor, you're in the room faster than just somebody else trying to pitch a story. You can pitch whatever you want. And Kelsey Grammer has won that game. All right, let's move on.
It was Girlfriends and something else he did.
He did.
It was a whole thing.
I don't know why. Was he behind the game? Was he behind the game in that whole series of shows?
I think so. I think
Kelsey Grammer loved doing black shows.
Gramnet shows.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me just Gramnet Productions. He did Medium, which was forever on CBS. Girlfriends, The Game.
Okay.
The new game, the game that was newer,
sure
but his two biggest shows. His new biggest shows were The Game and Girlfriends. Those were his biggest shows.
And if you wonder how The Game kept on going off TV and coming back on different networks, it's because I'm sure Kelsey Grammer, and he just seemed to have the Midas touch. All right, let's move on. Alabama has decided that frozen embryos are children, and as this article says, could have implications for Black women. It's I won't even say it's getting out of hand anymore. It's this stuff is crazy right now.
So let me explain. So Alabama ruled frozen embryos are children. So what this basically means is that let me scroll down. The Supreme Court's ruling has thrown the future of those of people's embryos and IVF into chaos, while some lawmakers work to safeguard IVF clinics. And the state have shut down services because IVF clinics now, because of this, have shut down services to patients, including certain women, are clamoring to ship their frozen embryos to other states. Here's what we know so far. So since it was, I hate when they have all this extra stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the actual core of it.
As you're rolling this thing out, here's the thing. Here's the meat of the story. When you were dealing with abortions, that was dealing with one type of demographic. Now you're dealing with IVFs. Now you're dealing with middle class and wealthy
upper class
folk, including these white women that they need to vote to get them into this office. And so it's really at the point now, do they even care about winning federal national elections anymore? Because one thing we can't forget about there is no state that I'm aware of that Democrats control most of the state house with all on the state level, the Republicans are still winning. They're still controlling it with gerrymandering and different things that happen all through the state of Georgia, big time. So I don't know, man. I'm looking at this thing and I'm just saying to myself, like, do you even care anymore? Go ahead.
Now, reading this article, and I knew this already, I just had to be refreshed really quick again. Tequila. The reason this is important is because when you come to IVF, when you do IVF, because again, my husband and I did, our fertility treatments. They're very particular about all the drugs they give you, about the process, everything. So with IVF, because it's way more system intensive, your embryo gets testing. And if your embryo is not viable, they kind of ask you, what do you want to do? And if you don't want to keep it, it gets destroyed. For lack of better words, it's discarded or destroyed.
Whatever they do, destroy it or have a way to destroy it. Yeah.
Another thing with IVF is they have you the process to pull out as many eggs as possible, and they fertilize as many eggs as possible because some of those eggs might not be viable, might not survive. So let's say you have 8 eggs
Mm-hmm.
and you have your husband and they give your husband sperm and they fertilize all 8 eggs, they're assuming that maybe only 2 survive, but all 8 survive, but you don't want to have 8 kids,
Mm-hmm.
and you decide to discard those other embryos. Now what
Mm-hmm.
Alabama is saying is that's murder. Those are children. You can't do that. You're going to be arrested. And it's like, well, I, I'm doing what was best for me. I didn't know that I would have 8 eggs that survive, and I didn't know my husband's 8 sperm were going to be able to get to point A to point B, and now we've got 8 kids. What are you supposed to do with those 8 kids? It's almost like they're saying you have these 8 embryos, you need to implant them in somebody, and you need to have those 8 children. And nobody can do that. But that's how IVF has always been. Doctors are always like, listen, we're going to make you have as many eggs as possible because we want to give you as many opportunities as possible. My sister-in-law's sister, not putting her business out there, but she's doing IVF. They did the same
Mm-hmm.
process, and they only got 2 embryos. Oh, she
Mm-hmm.
had her first child, beautiful little girl, Rena Bell, and
Yeah.
she's pregnant with the second baby. But they gave a lot of eggs, they gave a lot of sperm, but they only got 2. So it really does put this kind of scenario in a very dangerous place.
I just hate the fact that we even have to have these type of conversations. This is not our business. That's the thing that people know
It's
with me.
not.
I'm always just like,
It's not our
guys,
business.
this is not our
This is
business.
between a woman, her husband, and her doctor.
And I will always feel that way. You know, this type of stuff, this level of control that these folks are looking for is just beyond me. Like, man, mind your business. That's the part that really bugs me about this stuff, man.
But even better, I thought it was about stopping abortions. How has it evolved from
because you give an
stopping
inch, they take a
abortions to
mile.
this?
You give an inch, they take a mile. That's what it boils down to. And so now they're like, okay, well, we got this far, so let's go ahead and see how far. Because right now they're trying to make this a federal law. And once again, guys, if y'all keep on thinking this whole situation with Trump is something to play with, y'all keep on thinking this stuff is a joke, trying to keep Trump out of office. It's not a joke. Trump, for Trump, this is all a game. This is a way to get him out of debt. This is a way for him to remain in control. But for the rest of us, this is our lives, right? And
Literally.
Literally. And so you look at this stuff. You said the chaos that is ensuing, that he is stirring up. Now I was watching, and they said I think Nikki Haley won 40% of South Carolina, which is not terrible. That's not terrible.
It is terrible.
It's not. It's not.
There's 2 people running. How's it not terrible when only 2 people were running in South Carolina?
Because the point is that it's not a landslide with him. It shows that there are enough Republicans that are never Trumpers or who are not going to vote for Trump. That if it comes down to a general election, right? You would say if 40% of people voted for Haley, at least 10% of those people will vote for Biden, right? Yeah. And so depending on how this continues to flow, continue on when you start having nut jobs that are out here that are talking about how where is it? Where's the clip with the where is the clip with the Fox nut job? Yeah, let's see it. I don't know if there's a clip on this thing.
Oh yeah, so we're just gonna jump right into Sneakergate is what I'm gonna call it. Trump dropped a sneaker. He's calling it, what was it? The survivals of the something he has. The never surrenders.
I'm calling the Insurrection Sixes, the January 6th.
Okay, the Insurrection Sixers came out. They dropped it SneakerCon, and now Fox News host is saying that Black people only care about sneakers. Go ahead and play the clip when you get to it, because this is probably the most racist thing I've ever heard. Honestly, legitimately, it's the most racist thing ever.
Yeah, you've heard things more racist than this, but we'll let you arrive at that.
That will vote for somebody because we like sneakers.
I was on social media last night. Very interesting, as you see Black support eroding from Joe Biden. This is connecting with Black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Question for you on that point, though.
Yeah.
Will the people that are excited...
What an idiot.
I didn't even know they made white guys. Are white guys really wearing Beijing? Is that what's going on in his head?
Oh, is that what it was? I couldn't get past that.
That was a very iffy hairline. And 2, shout out to Tommy Larry. Only reason I'm saying that is because she is someone who, though she is racist and says ignorant stuff, she knows where to draw the line, because she clearly was like, so what do I say in response to this without sounding crazy? But That was disturbing. To me, that was the most racist thing I've ever heard in this political climate, because it wasn't like, everybody's great on both sides. It wasn't, Proud Boys stand up and stand by. This was a man actually saying Black people are so pathetic and stupid that we only like sneakers and we'll vote for somebody because he came out with a sneaker. You don't think that's low?
Oh, it's low, but he goes lower. Did you see his whole clip last weekend where you can only see the Black people in his crowd?
Yes. I saw the sneaker clip first, and then the last weekend I saw Trump's that we were Black people are only going to vote for him, or we're going to vote for him because he is a criminal.
Because Black folks, because he's been indicted, and people and Black folks can relate to him because he's been indicted. It's like it's like a one up. You go from the sneaker thing to the the lights are so bright in here, I can't see everybody. I can only see the Black ones. And I just,
if you're a Black Republican and you still vote for him, it is you are trash, absolutely trash. If you still vote for him, if you're a white person, and if someone calls you racist, don't look at us like we're crazy and say, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that," because if this is what you're standing for. We only like sneakers as Black people. We are completely fine with inappropriate jokes. We like Trump because he's a criminal. That's what we think you guys are racist when you vote for this type of stuff. So you can't look at us like we're cash crazy.
Oh my God! He becomes a sympathetic. Here's the thing for Republicans. Here's the thing. Most of the people who are on these little videos, y'all run out to the hood and you interview these people. They ain't voting. They ain't voting anyway.
They're not voting. And with the sneaker thing, they didn't vote anybody Black. They didn't interview anybody Black. There's nobody Black who has said anything. There's one person who said they were buying the sneaker. The sneakers have sold out, but they sold out the same way his GoFundMe has risen up to almost $2 million.
Right.
It's all his supporters who are so. Talk about lemmings. Talk about lemmings who are willing to walk off a cliff. I wish they would all follow him off a cliff, like Pied Pipery. Off a cliff.
We just gotta get through November. Praise to God. I'm hoping to God we have ourselves a nice Christmas this year. Because if not, if this guy gets elected, it's going to be a very, very dark holiday season. Folks are not going to know what.
Not just a dark holiday season. It's going to be a dark 4 years. If you guys think that he is not going to get in this office and just revenge City. I mean, I don't know if you've heard about this, but the mayor of Dalton in Chicago, Tiffany Henyard, who's been a horrible mayor, has done revenge on everybody who didn't want to contribute to her campaign.
I don't know who's that. I don't know who that is.
Oh, you need to look that up.
Who, the mayor of Dalton?
Can you switch to Hun What? Switch to Hun What real quick. Switch to Hun What.
All right, hold on.
I need to. So there is a mayor named Tiffany Henyard who is the mayor of Dalton Township, and she's also a city
Dalton
supervisor.
Township,
She got both jobs.
What state?
Right outside of Chicago. Right outside of Chicago. Okay. Maybe 10 miles outside of Chicago. Mm-hmm. And she has she ran the deficit previously before her had maybe been $15,000. The deficit now in that city of a township outside of Chicago is $7 million. The police cars have been repossessed because no one was paying the bills for the police. She has walked into meetings dressed like she...
How you the tow truck to pull up on a cop to be like, I'm going to take that right there. Yeah.
She got 5 warnings that they were going to be repossessed because there was no payment. She has denied renewing people's business licenses because they didn't want to contribute to her campaign. She has decided that, if you don't support me,
let me look this up.
Her name is Tiffany Henyard. Henyard is spelled Heynard. She's awful. And she keeps saying, I'm appointed. I'm a Black woman. You should like me because I'm a Black woman. You should support me. I'm here for the people. And she's the first Black and female mayor of this township, and she's running into the ground. And she's now being investigated by the FBI. And I'm telling you, Tiffany Henyard is going to jail. You're going to jail. How do you have a $7 million deficit on a township of maybe 100,000 people outside of Chicago?
Wow. And so this is who you're talking about, Tiffany Henyard.
That is Tiffany Henyard. And she's not been qualified. She'll go into meetings. She has been taking lavish trips to Las Vegas, putting it on the city's ticket. She has rented out vehicles, putting on the city's ticket. The police, she's using it as her own personal detail, putting on the city's ticket. That's how the deficit has ran up. She has had so much overtime for the police department that is what's run the city into the ground. So follow that story, but that's not our only hell what. Our
That's
next
not
hell
our only
what,
hell what.
rapid fire, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
You lead with that story.
So Cam Newton, he has his annual 7-on-7 football camp here, and the last couple of years, there's been some mouthy kids that have been at his 7-on-7 camps, and so, but this year, I guess one of the kids got a little bit too mouthy, and that wasn't a
kid; it was a grown adult.
So you go ahead and set up what you didn't heard, because I think I may still have that clip queued up. But this is crazy.
And I only know this because I have been online, right before we had the show. Mm-hmm. He got in a fight with members of something called a TSP crew. I guess they're other coaches from a league that's participating within his league. Mm-hmm. Cam Newton was talking crap online, talking crap in general, doing what normal coaches do, normal players do. Like, who cares? Mm-hmm. And they took an offense to it. And we're trying to fight him. He's trying to talk to them saying, I brought this league. I made this league popular, which is 100% true. Obviously. You may not like hearing it. You may not want to hear it. It's true. He's Cam Newton. Right. And they started trying to fight him. And then somebody else from that league came up and sucker punched him in the face, ended up being this big, huge brawl. And it's like, and someone brought up a comment that I actually, no, it didn't.
Very well.
Someone brought up a very serious comment of, would this happen at Eli Manning or Peyton Manning's event? It wouldn't. It's black people. It's black people who do that, and it's pathetic, and I agree with them. Miguel, what do you think?
Well, I agree. I saw right before I came on, too, Shannon Sharp made that comment, and he made almost exactly that comment. So whoever you heard that from, it was coming from Shannon Sharp.
It might have been Shannon Sharp.
And so, no, I agree. But there's pros and cons to that, because when I looked at the story, the event was at Best Academy. I'm very familiar with Best Academy because as a member of the 100 Black Men of Atlanta, that's a school that we've adopted. It is a school which is in the poorest zip code in the state of Georgia. But we've got a lot of kids that do extremely well coming through that school, have gone on to everywhere from Princeton to Stanford to West Point to others. So, but I would imagine these kids that were at this 7-on-7 camp were not students from the school. They were from in the camp. No. And being someone who is now heavy out here in the youth sports space now, with my daughters, there's some people who take this stuff way too serious. We're out here trying to just work to make sure that we're developing our daughters to be great athletes, but also be great human beings. There are folks out there who great women. There are people out here really all about wins and losses. It's got to be about wins and losses and blah, blah, blah. And they'll cheat and they'll get the right refs and they'll stack teams and all this type of nonsense. So to see Cam Newton out there, we joke about his hats and all that stuff, but to see him out there scrapping and these people getting thrown around, because we forget Cam Newton is 6'5", 245 pounds.
6'5", 280. No, 250. I think he's 250.
He's probably about, his playing weight was probably 250. He's probably carrying at least 10 pounds more now. So let's just say he's 6'5", 260. It's still a relatively young man, his mid-30s. And they was getting tossed around like rag dolls. Like, man, get up off me. Y'all are kids. 300-pound lineman couldn't tackle me. You think y'all little behind's going to be able to do something with me? But,
And what's wrong with Cam Newton saying that you should be appreciative that he did all this here when he actually did all this here? He has brought this to, the forefront.
There are so many places that he could take these camps to just 20 miles north into the suburbs of Atlanta and have those same type of Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, white kids that are going to behave and act up. But no, he brought it into the hood. He brought it into the neighborhoods and trying to do the best.
He could have took it to Bristol, Connecticut.
He could have taken
where
it.
Is a
So here's the clip. Here's a clip from the folks who supposedly were a part of this. This was their take on what happened.
Transpire, like what can make anyone like so angry, because I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to you guys and there's so much that you guys are doing for the community and you're pouring into these young men, and so it's just like, what can make something transpire like this?
First and foremost, like what I want to do, I want to apologize to everybody that was out there and to the parents of not just our team, but everybody that was affected by it. That should have never happened. Like, we should have been able to sit down and talk. Like, there's no reason we should be yelling at each other while a game going on. Like, ain't none of that necessary. So Cam has an organization. It's not just one team. He has an organization. So it's just been a lot of trash talk, you know, from, you know what I'm saying, hit more so his side, just out of nowhere, just talking crazy to us for no reason. It's like, it's not nothing new. Like, I've been around bro for 5 years. So like, this typical Cam Newton behavior.
But Steph, you was right there.
Yeah, so
I don't know, like, what
He
you was listening
talking
to the whole thing, so
and-
you
yeah,
heard
yeah.
him and you walked up.
So,
Let me
Steph
see.
walk up there,
okay.
What's the,
and as
you
I'm
know,
walking up with Steph, Cam is in Steph's face. I made y'all responsible for everything y'all do, whatever. Then he grabs Steph.
Okay.
So me being my little brother, and I'm walking up a flight of steps, and I see a 6'6" guy grabbing my brother.
And that's the footage that everybody
That's
sees.
what everybody's seeing.
Okay,
Like,
so that was the first altercation
That's
Yeah,
the
where
first-
everybody saw.
nothing else
Right
ever
there.
happened before
Okay.
that. Nothing else ever
like,
happened.
nobody's
Okay.
seeing like how he was talking
Talking
crazy,
crazy,
for
like,
the
none
past
of
2
that.
days. Like
Yeah.
nobody's seen that. Like
You was
talking.
listening to-
So, you know, we don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened.
Cam, I
But
don't know if
I
Cam
will-
has come
I
out
will-
and said anything, but go ahead.
He hasn't come out and said anything. Should Cam be in their faces saying that type of stuff at a public event? Probably not. Should the result been you all fighting him? No.
As
So,
an athlete, you were an athlete.
sorry.
I was an athlete.
I
There's
was.
certain people who love to run their mouths. I always tell my daughters, I tell my girls all the time, I like to make people be quiet. When I play ball, I love to hit a shot and be able to look at them and why they mad because I just hit a shot in their face. Some people get ginned up by talking crap, right? So I don't know. That to me is irrelevant. The bottom line was you guys were there as the parents. You guys were there as the adults.
As the adult.
And this is this is what you're showing the children on how to behave, right? And you want to know why kids are out there clowning and trying to make a social media moment and go viral with the man who's putting it. Can you imagine some white 6'4" quarterback at Peyton Manning's camp trolling Peyton Manning about losing games to Tom Brady? No,
I can't.
No, and if they did, that kid would not get not near D1 scholarship. He would be blackballed. He would be ostracized, and so they need to respect a Cam Newton at that same level. But
And even funnier, what's wrong with addressing it professionally? When he's talking to you crap 2 days before, why not DM him or private? It's like, yo, I'm not sure what you're doing, but it's really making me feel a certain type of way. Easily just address it. And if he's still talking crap, he talks crap, you move on. The whole you guys trying to jump him, fight him, while he's wearing a pilgrim hat, while he's dressed like he's ready for Halloween.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
I see you slipping that in there. Yeah. You know, it's wild, man. It's just wild when you look at this stuff, and there's Cam in the middle, as we mentioned.
You can't miss him. He's the one who looks like he has him like a witch's hat, like he's a part of Hocus Pocus. Like that's what he looks like.
And so, you know, you look at this stuff and you say, you wonder why athletes, and you wonder why they get to that point where they just kind of disappear and say, I'm just going to enjoy this money I got over here. I'm going to start these businesses over here. I'm going to live out here in the suburbs behind these trees.
I'm never going to come back to the hood.
I'm not
never
coming
gonna
back
help.
out. I'm not helping y'all. Yeah, y'all Negroes don't deserve my help. And that's the part that's really disappointing. All right, you got anything else? So I guess we got to finish up with Tiffany Haddish.
One more on what that we got to talk about. We talked about it in our production meeting. I got to bring it up. Women, when you think you're doing something great for your kids, how about you wait before you put it on social media? There's a mom in Memphis who had her daughter, 5-year-old daughter, helping her Brazilian wax women in her house. Her house in the hood, by the way, ew. And she put it on social media, pictures of it on social media, bragging about giving her daughter a skill, a trade, passing an LLC. You know what happened?
No, are you frozen? Are you frozen? So, so what happened was this woman got arrested and she got locked up. And so now you are in slow motion. You let me know when you start talking and we'll see if we can get you back up here. Talk.
Test.
Talk. All right. Test. All right. There you go. All right. So finish your rant. Finish your rant. Last thing we heard you say was that she got arrested. At least I think that's what you were ready to say.
Yeah, she got arrested. She got arrested for child neglect and child abuse because of her having her daughter wax grown women's vaginas.
That's wild. I can't imagine. Oh my God.
Go ahead. No, give me. You're an
That's just-
adult father. You give
I'm
me
an
your
adult
feedback.
father with 3 daughters, and first of all, I can't imagine in my house a bunch of women getting their Brazilian waxes done, and then on top of that, my 5-year-old daughter performing the services, and you talking about how much money she'd have made doing. Have you lost your? Ooh, I gotta get a beat button on my joint.
We gotta get a beat button. I'm also blaming the women who laid those 24 women who laid down and got the waxes done. Not so much because you let a 5-year-old do it, but because you went to that nasty behind house.
It was pretty bad.
Sorry. And got waxes done. I'm someone who's an avid waxer. I wax every
TMI.
6 to 8 weeks. It's not TMI because you have no idea when I'm waxing armpits, eyebrows, whatever. I go to a waxing place where the girls wear scrubs. I'm going into a sterile, clean room behind a door after leaving reception desk. I can't imagine walking into somebody's residential house.
Yo, for real, it was
in
like
the hood.
nasty.
Even you said you're like, why is there a broken down car in the
She had a broken down car in the driveway. Grass wasn't cut. I was like, you can walk over there and have your cha-cha all out and exposed. Because you know, if the outside look like that, the inside ain't going to be that much better. Because everybody's tracking that dirt up in the house coming from your driveway. Stop it.
Who would get a wax there? I blame them. And then when you saw the 5-year-old, why didn't you? If that was me, I'd have been like, I'm extremely uncomfortable. I might have sat through my wax, maybe, but I immediately would have called the police when I left. I would have called Child Protective Services, or I would have called her and like, yo, what are you doing? Why is your daughter doing this? Like, I would have been a rat. I would have been a rat, snake, gutter snipe, whatever you want to call it, because it's inappropriate. And she really seemed surprised that people were commenting that she should get arrested.
That's wild, man.
You have your daughter exposed to genitalia.
That's wild.
Like, it's very simple.
That's wild to me. All right.
Just because your daughter's a girl and these women were girls does not make it okay. It doesn't. It does not.
It
really doesn't make it. Makes
absolutely does not.
Okay.
So before we get up out of here, and here a couple things we want to talk about today. We didn't get to talk about Tiffany Haddish is wild, and she went to Israel and she wilding. Monique is fighting with her son. I think we're supposed to talk about that, but we can talk about that. But I do want to talk about before we get up out of here, Eric Mays, who passed away over the weekend.
Yes.
For people who may not remember Eric Mays, this is the brother from Flint, Michigan. He was a third-term Flint councilman in Flint, Michigan. He'd been fighting, first elected in 2013, but he was known for his boldness, right? And so...
Since you want to say it like, what did you say?
I said point of information.
What is your point of information? Since you want to say it like, what did you say?
I said point of...
The fact is, if you can just sit your tail down in the seat, then you know what's going on in the meeting.
I ain't got no tail, girl.
Mr. Mays, that's improper. You're out of order, Mr. Mays.
It be me.
You got 1 more minute, and then I'm going to move on to others, and then we're going to
Mr.
go out
President, you take that minute and stick it up your council seat. Are you okay, Ms. Worthing? Are you okay?
That, but
Ms. Worthing, are you okay? Why are you asking me, am I okay? Is you okay? Held on April 4th, the resolution was posted.
Realize, sir, that you gave her permission, and she then stated.
Yeah, I give her permission to go to the top of the Mackinac Bridge and do a 3-time somersault.
So,
I give her permission to go to the roof of City Hall and do a...
R.I.P. to Eric Mays. There's a brother out there who's on social media. I think his last name is Few. He does some stuff with Tabitha Brown, and he does these voiceovers where he is impersonating Eric, Mays with voiceovers, and it's hilarious. But it's sorry to hear that the brother he was entertaining. Sorry to see him go. I don't think we talked about. Did we talk about Joe Madison passing away?
I don't know who that is.
Oh wow! So Joe Madison is when you talk about Black Talk, he was the best to probably have ever done it. The Black Eagle. I first found out about him about 20 years ago. I was living in D.C. He was on radio for a long time. Up until he passed away about 2 weeks ago, he was on Sirius XM's 126, the morning show, great radio advocate, and so he passed away. So RIP to him as well. All right, great show. Go enjoy the rest of your birthday.
I'm going to
Act
bed.
like you got some
I'm going to
sense.
take this hair off and go to bed.
All right, y'all. So look for some more social media clips. Go out there, see if we can continue to go viral. Let me see what we can find from this show to piss some people off. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. God bless.